Here's what happened in the qualifying races at the Monster Energy FIM Motocross of Nations here at RedBud, Buchanan, Michigan. Looked like Dylan Wright was the rider that fell getting out of the start, but in this MXGP qualifying race, it was Jeremy Seewer who led the way for Switzerland, Mitch Evans of Australia, the number 4, the Netherlands, Koldenhoff, then Jago Geerts with Eli Tomac around about 10th place. Towards the end of the first lap, Seewer fell, remounted in about 5th position. And a lap or so later, Jago Geerts made this pass at the top of the hill to find his way into the lead, passing the Australian, Mitch Evans. Tomac was on a charge, though, when he found his way past the number 13 of Maxime Renault. That put him into 6th, and from there, he started a real charge. He caught Jorge Prado to move into 5th, and before the end of the lap, he found his way past the number 4, round the outside, Glenn Koldenhoff, to move into 4th place. Late on in the race, Jeremy Seewer then moved into 2nd as he eased past Mitch Evans. That was about 4 laps to go. And then Evans got passed by the 101 of Tomac. Tomac then moving into 3rd. He eventually found his way past Seewer on the final lap, but it was Jago Geerts who was victorious for Belgium. Tomac 2nd, Seewer 3rd, Evans and Prado, as you see on the screen. Koldenhoff, Renault, Wilson running out the top 8. In the MX2 qualifying race, Guillaume Perez from the middle of the gate didn't look like he got a good jump originally, but he swept around the first turn, came out leading as we went into turn 2, but the 102 of Justin Cooper was right there behind him with Hunter Lawrence 114 next. Hardy Munoz was briefly there on the Kawasaki for Chile. Hunter Lawrence just muscled aside the number 2 of Andrea Adamo to move into 3rd place. And as the race went on, Marvin Musquin also found his way past the Italian. That put him up into 4th. About just before the halfway mark, Hunter Lawrence found his way past Guillaume Perez to move himself up a position as Joe Shimoda down from 15th, and he would eventually come home in 11th place. Kai de Wolf did find his way into 5th position with that pass on Adamo, but with 2 laps to go, he had a rear wheel collapse on him. He was classified as 19th. Marvin Musquin wasn't done yet. Moved into 3rd as he found his way past Guillaume Perez of Spain. Adamo came home in 5th as a result of Kai de Wolf's rear wheel problem. But it was a win for the USA this time. Justin Cooper taking the win from Hunter Lawrence, Marvin Musquin, Guillaume Perez, Adamo, Langenfelder, Everts and Munoz. Final qualifying race of the day, the open class. Look to the right-hand side. Dylan Ferrandis, number 15, almost backed himself a whole shot, but it was Calvin Verlander, number 6 of the Netherlands. Ferrandis was there in about 2nd position as the 3 of Guadagnini swept around the outside to move into 3rd. He would fall on the opening lap down to 17th place. Jet Lawrence in a battle with the Spaniard, Ruben Fernandez. Didn't make the pass stick, though. Chase Sexton did. He moved from 3rd to 2nd as he passed Dylan Ferrandis, and then as soon as he'd done that, up the inside of Calvin Verlander to take over the lead. And as soon as he'd done that, Ferrandis was also on the rear wheel of Sexton, moving into 2nd position. This time, Jet Lawrence did find his way past Ruben Fernandez. That put him up a position. And then he found his way past Calvin Verlander with about 4 laps to go to take over 3rd place. Dylan Ferrandis went to the outside here as it was closing on Sexton, but then he wrapped his leg around the rear wheel, lost about 8 seconds as he took it out. But on the final lap, Sexton with about a 5-second advantage washed the front end, and just watch Ferrandis come through in the background now. That was the lead change right there, and it was Ferrandis who went on to win for France. Sexton 2nd, Lawrence 3rd, Fernandez 4th, Verlander 5th. And as you look at the overall finish of the race, Team USA qualified 1st, France 2nd, Australia 3rd, Spain and Belgium